Hello to everyone, this is Joanna. Today I'm going to share some things with you that I got from the grocery store. I did want to share really quickly, I dropped this soap, like it just fell off the table and look. Things just are not made like they used to be at all. I mean, one fall on the floor, not even from a faraway space, but so far everything else is okay. This was my Beach Bliss. And I wanted to share, I found my coconut oil toothpaste. I have been using this and I really like this one. And I will probably buy another one of these when this one is over with. I think I got these when they were $6.99. But it says smooth mint. And what I like about this is it's not a stark mint. I kind of, when I got older, kind of disliked the taste of traditional mint toothpaste and how minty it always is. When they were making different ones that were different flavors, I got used to the softer type taste of those. So I really do like this. And this is the Coconut Oil Whitening Therapy. I had hauled this with the charcoal one and then I found it and then I lost it. But I found it again and I am currently using it. And I really do like it. I also want to share, I did use this nail polish, and this one was my Do You Lilac It. I wanted to do the look that I have on now, if you can see. And again, guys, remember I've got my camera turned toward the back, so that's why things are a little bit clearer now. But I wanted to do this nail look, but I wanted to do it in green, and then I had the idea to do it in yellow, orange, and pink. Those seem to be the standard gradient shades, which would be this variation of purple or like the green with the yellow and then the orange, purple, and I'm sorry, the orange, yellow, and pink. But I do like this. I just need a little bit more length, but I feel like you can see the flowers better on this hand. I did not do a tutorial on this. If you want to see one, I will do it, but I don't have enough length, as you can see, because of the flowers. I was trying to see if I had the plate in front of me that I used, and I don't think that I do. It is a Lena plate. Let me see. I think it's right here. And the image was along the edge of the perimeter of the plate, which those are kind of difficult to work with. But as you can see, that part right there that has, these are the ones that when you do the stamping, your polish beneath is going to have that cutout look. So the little purple gradient that I did at the bottom there, but I do hate that this is along the edge because it makes it sort of difficult to stamp. But that's it. I'm here to share with you what I got from the grocery store. And there were 3 things I wanted that I did not find. The hot wings that I get, the Tyson spicy hot wings that I get, I usually mix with barbecue sauce and honey. I didn't get to look for those because I kind of forgot about them in the store. I wanted to get some white grape juice. They did not have Welch's white grape juice. I don't know who Old Orchard is. So I did not get that. And then I wanted the brownies, the Pillsbury brownies in the blue box. They are my favorite with walnuts. They didn't have any. They did have the other varieties, and they had the milk brownies, and it would have been simple for me to buy some walnuts and stir them in the mix. But we know me, that was not what I wanted to do. I want what I want, which might become a downfall later down the road. But I got a package of maple bacon, and I did just haul some. But today, this was $5.99 instead of the $8.99, and I'm glad because this particular package right here, I'm going to be getting into when I finish this video because I am going to make bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. And I think I'll have me some of my chips on the side. Now, I wanted to make tacos, so I did buy everything I needed to go with the little bit of ground beef that I got to make tacos. But I think that's still in the freezer. I will thaw that meat out today, and I will go ahead and cook the meat part up so that I have something to eat when I come in from work. But I did go ahead and get this maple bacon, and this is what I'm going to be making today because I am starving right now. And again, y'all have heard me say we're kind of at the mercy of what the store has, but I needed to go to Blondies to pick up a couple of bottles of Seche Vite and some acetone, and there is a Schnucks out there. That Schnucks is a little bit more stock than the one that I go to at Lawndale, but none of them have toilet paper, but they did have Scott paper towels. I did not get those. But they had pork chops, and y'all know I've been wanting some pork chops, so I got me some pork chops. And I wanted chicken breast fillets because I felt like frying some chicken to go with that broccoli, but instead I had to get these. And these are kind of like what you would make the chicken strips with. I can still fry them up and I can just eat them like that. But a lot of times I buy these and the chicken breast fillets when I want to make my version of chicken Alfredo. So I might pause to put some of this stuff up, or I'll just show you straight out what I got. And I had to put a lot of this in bags of my own. So this bag contains the taco shells that I got. And I do prefer the Ortega brand over, what's the brand in the yellow box? El Paso. I like them both, but I prefer this brand over that brand. So anytime I have a choice, that's what I get. And of course, I got a head of lettuce. And again, this lettuce and tomato that I purchased was to go for my tacos. But being that I have to thaw that ground beef out, and I got this package of bacon, I'm just going to have bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches. So I got the oil to make my chicken with, because y'all know I got that generic oil for popcorn. I'm not touching my chicken with that. And then to go on the side of the fried chicken and broccoli, I got this garden vegetable rice. And these are the rices that you just open the pouch and put them in the microwave for 90 seconds. These are pretty good in a pinch. They really are. I really do like these. And then, of course, I got taco sauce, and I was very glad they had the small bottle of taco sauce as opposed to the regular size. Next I have, because I have to have sour cream with my tacos, I got the Daisy sour cream. This is my favorite sour cream. It is the only brand of sour cream that I purchased. And whenever I even go to Hacienda to get their Nachos Grande or Fiesta, whatever it's called, that is the sour cream that I will buy. I don't know what they use. I do take the sour cream they give you, but I also buy extra. And that's where I'm probably going to go Thursday if I can get my nachos. I got the taco seasoning. And usually I use a pack and a half or a pack and a fourth of this, because I like for my ground beef to have the flavor of this right here. And at one point I had a jar of this. But one of the reasons I try to not buy as many groceries as I used to is when I had kids in the house, things are gone through faster because they know it's there. I can have something thinking I've had it for a few weeks and it'd be 2 and 3 months. That's why I try not to buy milk unless I'm going to cook with it, because I'll think that I bought this milk 2 weeks ago and it'd be 2-3 months, and by the time I go to reach for the milk, it's curdled up, and then I pour it in my bath water. But that's another story. But I went ahead and got this, and they do make this in a bottle, like seasoning salt type size, and I really do like that a lot. So I went ahead and got some shredded cheese, because the cheese that I had, I haven't even made the eggs with it. I plan to make, but I do put mild shredded cheddar in my eggs and in my macaroni and cheese and all that. But this is going to be the taco cheese for my tacos. Make sure I put that somewhere where it ain't going to fall off here. And then I got 2 tomatoes. And I don't know how much these tomatoes cost, because I was afraid to look at the receipt. But they said hot house tomatoes. And I know enough to know that the hot house tomatoes cost a whole lot more, even though this says vine ripe tomato. And they were really pretty looking, and I just grabbed the first 2 that I saw, because I used to go through a lot of tomatoes in my household while my kids were growing up, because if it wasn't pork chops, I was frying pork chops and chicken. They were on the side of that. Lots of bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches. And of course, I had to get Pringles, guys. They had Pringles. So I got 2 cans. It said that they were 3 for $5, but I think that was the mega regular size that was 3 for $5, because the signs weren't all over the place. I have 3 right now, so those 2 will let me get into 1 now. And I got these refried beans. Now, I like getting the refried beans with chilies here, or the spiced ones. I like them both. And what I do is I cook my ground beef in onion. I cut up enough onion and I cook that in there with the ground beef. And then I will mix this in here. Now, some people put this on the side. Some people will put this in the taco with the taco meat. But I actually mix my ground beef up with this. And when I don't get this version, I get the spicy one. It just gives it a little bit of flavor. But I have always, for years, mixed these in my ground beef. Now, if it's too much, then I will take whatever little bit is left over, serve it on the side with a little bit of Mexican rice. But I think for now, all I'm going to have is these tacos. I didn't get anything to go on the side of those. And I got this little extra can of chopped green chilies just because I saw it and it was cute and it was small. They had something else in this size can, and I forget what it was. But it had to do with the tacos. So they had something else. So what I will do, like maybe one day I might try using these as an extra garnish or whatever. But I think these give your taco meat a really great flavor, which is why I go ahead and get this. But this is enough for what I'm doing. This was just because it was cute and it was extra. So the next thing that I got, let me see, is I got this Littman Wonder Mop refill. Now, y'all heard me say that I just discovered the Wonder Mop. I know it's been out a while, but I saw it my last haul when I mentioned that it was at Walgreens. And I didn't have time today. They didn't have like the whole mop set at Schnucks, and I didn't go down to Target because here lately it's been a one-stop shop for me. I don't want to go all over town on the buses looking for stuff like I would on a normal day, because on a normal day, I would be guaranteed to find what I'm looking for. Right now, with the pandemic and everything that we got going on, y'all know that we can't. So, because they didn't have the whole thing, and I know that I'm going back to Walgreens on Thursday to buy one, I figured it wouldn't hurt just to get the refill. Because I did look, but I couldn't have been packing around the whole mop and handle today anyway. So it was no problem just to get this. And then that way, when I do get that mop and try it out, I will have a refill for it. And this was $7.99. I think the whole mop system was $13 when I seen it at Walgreens. But when I go to Walgreens on Thursday, I'm going to be going to that area and that area alone. So it won't matter that I'm packing around a mop. So the last thing that I got, which is an unconventional item for me to show on here. It's not unconventional for me to purchase. But I got a bottle of white Zinfandel because I just felt like it. Probably won't even open this up for months. I don't know. Now, I was looking for my white grape juice because if they would have had my white grape juice, I am someone who for years has always had the aesthetic of making drinks that look like drinks just for comfort for my eyes, and they're not drinks. Like I put my iced tea and sometimes my Coke with lime in those little glasses, you know, that are designed for those kind of drinks. But I used to put my white grape juice in a wine glass. It was just something that I did. It looked like what it wasn't, which gave me the appeal of having a glass of wine. But in case my son, who was little at the time, picked it up and drunk it, who picked up everything he saw in the house to drink, you know what I mean? It was non-alcoholic. But I do like white Zinfandel, but I have to be careful with wine because some wine gives me a headache. It doesn't even matter if it's a super expensive wine. I think there's only one or two that I've had that haven't done that. Like I can drink the white wines, the Pinot Grigios, things like that. And then one that was called Canai. It was considered a cheap one when I was in high school. And then it came back, it made a comeback, and the liquor stores had it for $8 and $9. But it had a nice flavor on it, and it did not give me a headache. And I never drink more than one glass anyway. That's just me. But I felt like some white Zinfandel, and that's what I got. I don't know anything about this brand, and I think it might have been $6.99 or something like that. I don't know. But I drink like half a glass. If and when I open this up, I don't know. But I don't have any wine in the house. I have everything else. And so the last thing that I got, and this is what is odd, guys. They are doing this curbside. The nail place that I go to, they are open, but they're not allowing anyone into the store. And I have spoken to Blondies over the years, so y'all know that I have been going to Blondies for years. Now, they have a nail salon side, and then they have their retail side. So I was in dire need of Seche Vite. Y'all heard me say that. This is a nail stamping staple. Even though I use the HK Girl, for me, Seche Vite is it. Like, this is a nice little set to have right here. But sometimes I find this peels off my stamping. So my Seche Vite is my ride or die. It is what you need. It's one of the quintessential things you need for nail stamping, in addition to acetone. Now, they didn't have any of this one. She said they sold out. So I did ask if she had this pink one. And she did. Now, this one I cannot use in nail stamping because it has moisturizing oils in it. But when I'm not using my Zoya Remove Plus to remove my nail polish, I use this, which is why my Zoya Remove Plus has lasted so long, because I often buy these two sizes. I think I might have one more of these, but I remember the day that I bought these, I bought like 3 of these and I bought like 2 of these, and every time I would go in, I would get 2 or 3 because they're $6.99. So I might have another one of these, and I know I have a small bottle. And I do have enough time, you know what I mean, before I need to worry about getting some more of this. But I definitely wanted one of these. They sell out of this. You've heard me say the Up and Up acetone brand and this one right here are the brands that I use. I have seen the big gallons of the cuticle oil at Sally's. I've never tried that, but I've not seen these. If I ever find either one of these at Sally's, even in the gallon size, I will purchase 2 of those. Because again, for as long as I am nail stamping, you need acetone, you need Sèche Vite top coat, and you need those little cotton rounds that I get because cotton balls put fuzz on your nails. And this is just a way for me to do my nails at home. So I recommend, if you're someone that dabbles in your own nail care, give nail stamping a try. I have had a few giveaways where I have like started people out, and then some people were interested. I just sent them stuff. So give it a try. It goes across the board. You guys have heard me say this before. So I wanted to talk a little bit about something else, but I'm not going to do that here because I feel like you need to see me for what it is that I'm going to be talking about. But y'all know that this epidemic is putting a havoc on people. And I'm beginning to feel, I have feelings about it, and they're my opinions only, but I almost feel controlled. I realize the seriousness of it. But if you really, really think about it, we shouldn't be coming out of the house unless we're working. When you go to the store now, they got these plastic things up, and you can only be in the store a few people at a time. Things that you really want to buy, some of those things are not available. And as serious as it is, I do realize that, but I almost feel controlled, and I kind of hate that because that's not the American way. And my prayers are with everybody out there that's suffering, because I'm not exactly suffering. Y'all have heard me say I pretty much have everything that I need or I want. I mean, unless I come into needing a hair appointment really, really soon, I'm basically good to go. A lot of the places, drive-thrus and things like that, are open, so there is some normalcy. But we do have some people that are kind of mad that some of these places are open. Like, if you've got kids, you shouldn't be mad. You should be glad, because maybe if you're in a decent predicament and, you know, kids are out of school, they're bored, and you got little ones, sometimes all they need is their little French fries. So a lot of these little stores are open. But at the same time, I can understand the seriousness for those that are at the other end that may not have everything that they need. And if you can help them, do that. Because right before all of this happened, y'all heard me say that I've given stuff to shelters. I gave a whole lot of stuff to shelters, and I can still do so now. But the rules have changed. Like, very few of the shelters that I go to, like, I could go to, even though you kind of can. It depends on who you know. But find out in your area. You don't know who you already know that might have something to do with shelters. Anybody that sits on a board, anything like that. They can help you, and they can help them. And if there's anything you can do, it's just as simple as asking. You know, anybody that owns a business usually sits on some board. But I do realize the seriousness of all of this, and I hate that part. And I'm praying that everything goes back to normal. I'm praying for all of you guys, because I know some of you are seriously affected by this, especially the ones that are out of work that don't get to work from home. Me, myself, I'm in healthcare, so fortunately, I can still go to work. But like people in healthcare that are in offices that don't deal with insurance, you know what I mean? They are the ones that are affected too. So there are so many people that are being affected by this. And even though I'm working, they're messing with the transportation here. That can interfere with how I get to and from work. I can't move like I want to, you know, the places that normally call you back. So I didn't know if anyone, you know, I'm watching everybody's videos that are having discussions on that. And it's really interesting. And I do see both sides. And I'm glad that certain things are open for normalcy. But I just wanted to let everyone know that my prayers are with you. And I hope everyone makes it through this. I hope your loved ones make it through this, because I know a lot of people are helping their loved ones and they have parents at home with them and things like that. So that was it. I'm not on here too much anymore besides showing this and maybe a nail tutorial, because I am working and I do realize that there's more important things. So until the next time, everyone have a great day.